Here's a fun fact. Security company ADT was formed 147 years ago in 1874 as a group of 50 district telegraph companies that joined together to help alert local police stations to burglars breaking into rich people's homes. The name ADT stands for American District Telegraph, and these days the global company is now worth $5.3 billion. That's alarmingly big. Welcome to the New Business Briefing from the Advertist. The clock is ticking, the bell is rung for another 10 minutes of talking points for agencies and new business people. I'm your host, Keith Smith of the Fuel Podcast, and with me is Donna Smith, editor of the Advertist. Hello, Donna.
Hello, Keith.
So could you tell everyone what sector we're looking at this time?
This week we are looking at the home and garden sector. Everything from consumer products for the home, garden, and outdoors.
Lovely. Thank you, Donna. So let's get cracking with a few relevant home and garden news headlines and people moves, courtesy of agency new business development platform, The Advertist. Firstly, carpets maker Victoria has acquired a Dutch artificial grass company, Edel, for £41.4 million. Edel primarily supplies artificial grass for domestic and landscaping purposes across Europe, a market in which Victoria already has a presence, following its February 2017 acquisitions of Avalon and Grass Inc. Victoria has been around since 1895, and at the height of the Industrial Revolution, the company established its headquarters in Kidderminster. The company makes carpets for the Queen and also supplied the iconic red carpet for the royal wedding of William and Kate at Westminster Abbey in April 2011. Victoria is now moving into the premium artificial landscaping grass sector, where it sees huge potential for profits, and this is a company to watch as we've been told to expect further acquisitions in the weeks and months ahead. At the other end of the spectrum is the blossoming business Grow Tropicals, which is cashing in on demand for exotic indoor houseplants. The boss, Jacob James, launched the business at the start of lockdown as an e-commerce side hustle. He held 3 two-day test sales last year and sold over 600 plants in a matter of hours. Jacob is now focusing on the business full-time, and it's the UK's only retailer of its kind with an ongoing focus on conservation and sustainability. Grow Tropicals has now opened its first retail space, which is a new 3,500 square foot store and tropical hydroponics nursery in Leeds. Houses all over the country can now cultivate their very own Audrey 2, Venus flytraps, and you'll only get that joke if you watch Little Shop of Horrors. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over to Donna so she can tell you about some people moves.
Thank you, Keith. There are a number of people moves in this sector, including Stanley Black & Decker. The company recently promoted Rebecca Breslin to Group Creative Manager Global Campaigns. Based in the U.S., Breslin previously held the role of Creative Manager for the company. In addition, Joe Sims has been promoted to Chief Diversity Officer, also based in the U.S., while Millie Bartholomew has joined the company as Brand Marketing Manager for its Mac tools in the UK. Glendimplex Group has promoted Gail Cook as Head of Strategy and Insights for its heating and ventilation subsidiary. Cook previously held the role of Head of Marketing Communications for the company. Paint and manufacturing giant Sherwin-Williams has named Sharon Day as its Strategy and Planning Lead for its Valspar and Ronseal brands. Day, who joined the company from 3 UK, will now lead the strategic planning and go-to-market activities across its marketing for Valspar and Ronseal.
Thanks very much, Donna. And if you subscribe to the Advertist, you'll get over 200 people moves every month, as well as the latest tenders, mergers, acquisitions, spin-outs, crowdfunding, VC funding, MBOs, MBIs, and lots of contact data for your next new business outreach. Call the team on 0203 356 3717 or email hello@theadvertist.com for more information and a free trial. And now, live from a secret location in London, it's our very own Vic Horton, a man who eats, sleeps and breathes industry research so you can be at the top of your game when it comes to presentations, pitches and preparation. Hello, Vic.
Hi, Keith. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Are you all vaccinated now and ready to re-enter society?
Almost. I've one down and one to go. What about yourself?
Yes, we're all ready to re-enter society at some point, but we're just gonna wait and see for now. But last show we looked at the housing market, and this one's related to it because if you can't buy a new house, why not upgrade your existing one? So what have you got for us this week?
Okay, well we have a stalled housing market during the pandemic, which caused a decline in big ticket DIY projects in favour of more and smaller home improvement and garden projects. Prompted by what is perceived to be a permanent rise in home working and an increased demand for outdoor spaces, manufacturers and retailers have shifted their focus to easily installed and modular home office and garden products. Stanley Black & Decker is one of many leading players who intend to exploit the trend, with this manufacturer expected to expand its 20% stake in NTD Products, who make outdoor power equipment, to full ownership far earlier than previously anticipated, according to Euromonitor. Similarly, IKEA intends to open smaller retail outlets closer to consumers' homes, a format more in tune with demand for the type of home and garden improvement projects that have grown during the pandemic. And it's common knowledge that consumers have focused on improving their living spaces to a greater degree during the last year. Having been cooped up, people are craving freedom and want to express themselves in their own ways. According to consumer behaviour and trend specialists Canvas8, the greys, browns and reds of the tween-teens have been abandoned as people are drawn to bringing outdoorsy shades of green and blue indoors. Somewhat surprisingly, black is growing in popularity, not because of any gloomy associations, but as a soothing complement to houseplants, helping their colours pop. With people having spent less time outside, houseplants have enabled many of us to bring the outdoors in and renew our relationship to nature, to the point that there has been a boom in the market for rare and unusual varieties. Last month, the BBC reported a 200% sales increase of houseplants, with indoor gardening among the under 35s increasing by 75% since the lockdown started. People performing these activities are part of the 59% who spend more money on their house during the pandemic. Many have felt compelled to adapt their spaces in order to work from home. The chances are that the last person who bought that shed you wanted that just sold out did so to turn into an office space. The BBC reported in February that online shed seller Walton saw a 300% jump in demand for garden structures that can double for a home office. And the buyers of such garden sheds are now young professional people working from home. Canvas8 also quotes a survey which found that people between the ages of 25 and 39 spent more than any other generation on their outdoor spaces during lockdown, with an average of just over £200 spent per person. People are using their gardens or balconies for a range of different purposes. 1/5 of these millennials have bought or are planning to buy barbecue, and 32% of people across all age groups are using their balcony or outdoor space to relax in. In fact, 39% of people say that upgrading their outdoor space has boosted their mental well-being, and that figure rises to 45% among millennials. Looking ahead, watch out for innovations which may change the way we tend our gardens. A browse through Mintel's trends observations have flagged some interesting developments for the last few weeks. Austrian firm Wormkist, which has designed an indoor worm box that composts organic waste. Dutch online houseplant store Plantsum, who opened a pop-up to allow consumers to buy plants, attend workshops and see a plant doctor. And US florist Johnson's Gardens, who provide gardens to go, which are kits that include potting soil, plants and seeds. What we're seeing is an almost equal commitment towards ensuring our homes and our gardens move with the trends. With offices into sheds and bringing the outdoors in, it could be argued that we're seeing a blurring between the lines that previously separated these two spaces.
I thought it wouldn't be long before we start to see a boom in backyard tiny homes that become offices and play spaces and stuff. That's fantastic. Or you could do what we just did and get a motorhome and take all your house crap with you on the road. So that's very helpful, Vic. Thank you very much. And if any agencies want to get hold of you, what's the best method?
Email me at victor.horton, that's HOUGHTON, @vhinsights.com.
Fantastic. And we'll be back for the next episode when we'll be looking at transportation and logistics. So plenty of time to get your prospecting ready for the Christmas rush. Thank you very much indeed, Vic. So that wraps it up for another new business briefing brought to you by The Advertist. Don't forget, if your agency needs insight, data, people moves, tenders and new business intelligence every day, contact the team at The Advertist on 0203 356 3717 or email hello@theadvertist.com or visit www.theadvertist.com for more information. Thanks to Donna Smith and Vic Horton for all their hard work. But for now, this is me, a Smith called Keith, signing off until next time on The Advertist's New Business Briefing.